Hello, brick sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and I've got a little problem with one of the roads in my city, and I'm going to use a classic brick sculpt method to fix it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So right here in my city, we have my bridge that's going to go over the creek I'm working on, and I have the ranger station I just showed in a recent video, but these on-ramps, or elevated pieces going up to the bridge, have a problem. Now, I know this is illegal. I don't care. But the problem is, when you elevate this edge is way too close, and this edge is way too far away, which makes it so these plates start to have a gap. Now, it's a minimal problem, but it turns out to be a big one when we start trying to attach things on here. I'm going to pull this plate out, take it over my table, and I'll show you how we're going to fix this. Okay, so I pulled it out. I'm going to have to rebuild some of this stuff in the detail work here. But here you can better see, as I put this on hinges, it makes this front edge lean out in front of the base plate. And that little bit there makes this really hard to work with. So, I tried to figure out a way to fix this, and I like what I came up with. Let me show you how it works. So first of all, let's take our road plate off. And we're going to reuse these hinges. And I'm going to need this front portion as well. Now to do this more effectively, I'm going to move it from an old road plate. And yes, this is an old road plate I cut in half. I used to do that because they didn't make these in half plate sections, and a lot of times you need a half plate section. We're going to use a standard plate instead. I'm going to put the front centered on here. There we go. Now on the back, I need a way of putting these hinges in, but I need a way of sliding this to give it just a little bit of an edge back. It's still going to hang over a tiny bit in the front and the back, but I want to make it more balanced. So how are we going to do that? With this here. Now, if you watch my content, a classic brick sculpt method, the trans slider method. So here I made an array of trans 1x2 bricks that have the ability to slide on these jumpers. So I can lay this stuff out here and allow this to get just a small amount of movement and make it have a little more tolerance to it. I know this seems like a lot of extra infrastructure to solve a small problem, but that problem over time becomes more and more difficult the more stuff I try to attach between base plates. In these sections here, I'm just going to put tile underneath. We're going to set this up here in the middle of the plate, 3 tiles. These are going to be set in 1, just like that. The sliders are going to go right here. And this will give us the ability to take our hinge pieces and put our hinges on here. So now we can take our road plate and we can attach it to our 3 hinge pieces, have it rest on the tile in the front, and we have just that small degree of movement that we need to make up for that tolerance. And this is what I've done on the other side of the bridge, and it worked out really nicely. In the end, you're only going to see a tiny bit of sliding there, but that's all you need. It's just a little bit to give it a little bit of wiggle room back and forth. And yes, this can twist, but once we have stuff on the side here, it won't be able to. Let me go ahead and build up the sides around this, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. All right, I've got everything reinstalled there, all the detail work, and the road, you can see now will not twist, but has the ability to slide ever so slightly if we need it to. Let's go ahead and get this back in the city, and I'll show you how much it's improved. All right, now we got it reinstalled. Now with this technique change, I should note I'm going to boost the bridge up one plate because I had to make room for the underlying working of this. But you can see the tolerances on either side are so much better. This stuff meets up just seamlessly now because that road is kind of floating there. And I can connect these. I know this is illegal. It just looks so good when you do it this way. I'll probably end up replacing those with 2 1x4s instead, but it does look better like that. Well, anyway, I hope you guys liked this video. Hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, please leave them below in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I do more just like this in the future, and we will see you next time.